I'm starting to get into religion again, Martin. I done found it. You know, I done talked about religion, talked about how bad it is, how it splits people apart. But then Star Wars
you've been a
became good
heretic.
again. What's that?
You've been a heretic.
Oh, but Star Wars is back, Martin. I'm a believer again.
That's all it took.
Yeah, Martin. Yes. Martin, Star Wars is back. That means there is a God.
Okay.
The Empire improves every system it touches. Burn them out.
Oh! In the dream, did I say, come get a shirt at dtmerch.com?
No,
You know,
no, nothing
Martin,
like
you
that.
know what? That's a dream come true right there. You know what? When you're dreaming about that classic Black Tuesday Way logo,
well, when am I not?
did you dream about the hoodies? You know, go ahead and get in that baby T right there. You know, I have a dream, just like Martin Luther King did one day, man, that every child in the world can experience the toasty goodness all over their body. And yeah, I meant it like that. And you know something, you can help that make that dream come true by subscribing to doubletoasted.com, donating something to keep these live streams going. Maybe we can finally get Martin to shut up when the doors open at 6 at the Adelaide Hall. The show starts at 7 p.m. Maybe I can get Martin
I'll really
to
shut up then.
Yeah, Martin, will you get off my ass if we do a full night of comedy, games, and music? I don't want to talk down to the kids, but you know, I'm that OG Star Wars.
Oh,
man. You know, I was around at the time. You know,
After all the shit you talked after the Last Jedi.
yeah.
Now this.
You know, I'm privileged to have lived through the time when Star Wars came
The
out.
story of a boy, a girl, and a universe.
Douse your ass, girl. You know, it'd be funny if Cosby was under that.
I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations.
You know, this is I feel very fortunate to have been alive when a little movie called Star Wars came out, and Martin changed cinema forever. How there was nothing like this before Star Wars came out. Can I get an amen? Amen. You know, I feel sorry for you because for some reason, y'all think that prequels is quality. Yo, yeah, that's y'all Star Wars. Yippee! Damn Jar Jar Binks.
Oh yeah.
You know that's
The Viceroys. I think the Jedi Knights are coming. Jesus Christ. That's the opening of the
no,
movie.
that's the beginning of it.
I was just looking around like, is anybody else seeing
No.
hearing this?
The Jedi's are coming. I saw. Boom.
Oh my God.
I don't blame the young generation out there, because the young generation, you know, you grow up in a time now where you see everything that is spectacle. You know, every other week now they're coming out with some big budget movie with lots of CG. We're in the age of CG, it doesn't stand out.
Right.
What's considered for Hollywood lower budgets, you know, can still do these amazing CG effects, can bring, you know, can bring fantasy to life and make it look realistic. You know, that's the time that we're living in. I almost consider that kind of cool too, because now that we are in a time where we can take these wonderful CG graphics and and creatures and landscapes and planets and worlds for granted. Now that anybody can do it, I know 13-year-olds who are making the prequels at home now. You know, I mean, seriously, what people can do with a laptop today is amazing. So we've seen it come around to like back again, or if you really want to stand out, it's come back around to story and innovation. Mm-hmm. Watch, you gonna put Marvel in here somewhere? Yeah. You know I got to. Damn, it wasn't even 5 minutes.
Well, the show's been on almost an hour before you mentioned Marvel, so give him credit for that.
Yeah, but this segment's only been for 5 minutes. Damn. But it's true. That's why for a lot of people, the only what is the equivalent of Star Wars for them is Marvel.
Sure.
You know that whole that story arc of the Avengers story arc. You know, the Thanos story. This whole thing that took 11 years to make and 22 movies to get there. When we have today Marvel, Star Wars seems kind of weak. Now, there's still some hardcore fans out there. That's very true. Yeah. No, I look. I ain't abandoned Star Wars. I ain't. No.
Man, you had, man.
No.
You're being a revisionist now.
No.
I mean, as of 2 weeks ago, you had abandoned Star Wars.
No, I didn't say I abandoned. I said I had to admit that The Force Awakens is a bad movie. I'm sorry. The Last Jedi. Last Jedi is not a very good
but
movie.
You've had several weeks of saying like, man, people don't care about Star Wars no more. I know I don't. Then those are your words.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said I'm not as enthusiastic. Okay, in some ways, parts of Star Wars I'm done with. If I never see C-3PO ever again,
I'm with you there, brother.
Yeah, man, if him and I never talk again,
Too soon.
I'm fine with that. I'm done. You know, there's certain things Star Wars I'm not done with. Parts I wipe my ass with. I'm done. I'm done. R2 can stay. He's kind of cool, but this Joe Punk, you gotta go. I'm not abandoning Star Wars. I did get excited when that 9 dropped.
Did you?
I got 9 on it. That 9 dropped. Yeah, I got some tingles, man. You know the dude in there. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. You know, that dude was like, where'd she go? Shit! Martin, oh, wait a minute. You did I get a woo out of you?
Got a little bit of woo.
Oh, Martin. Wait a minute. I wasn't gonna play the rest of this, but I got something for you.
The way you stopped it, I'm assuming she just fell in the dirt.
Oh no, she's like a bug on a window shit. Oh no, Martin. Let me go ahead. I got a woo out of you. Let me go ahead. Oh, I got something for your ass. Wait a minute. Hold on. It ain't done yet.
Is this Friday?
Man, when I saw that, boy, when I saw that, because Herman and I reviewed the trailer on Friday, and when I saw Lando Calrissian, I was because I went to a funeral.
Right.
And I was sitting up there all sad and everything, and I saw Lando. I was like, "Yeah!"
Was that in the funeral? Funeral? Yeah. You walked at your phone and saw that?
Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. No, I was at my mama's house, man. I screamed my ass off. Lando up in there. I told everybody Lando's happy because Solo dead. He about to come for that ass. I heard Leia single again. Yeah. That trailer was completely badass for a day. You know, for a good day. Mm-hmm. You know, that's Friday. On Saturday, they hit us with something even better, man. And this wasn't even a movie. You know, on Saturday, EA dropped a trailer for a game called Star Wars Jedi.
Thought everybody hated EA.
They do.
Okay. Because I don't follow it, except I see so many comments of people saying EA is the devil and they ruin everything. But
they got that mouse on their ass. and Mickey was standing behind him saying, "Fuck up another game." I dare you. I dare you. Go ahead, release it. It better be good. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Accept the past. Execute Order 66.
You know, that dropped, and I was into episode 9, the trailer. Yeah. Until her better looking friend came in. You know, because I was looking at that, and I was like, oh my God. Oh, wait a minute, who's that? What is going on?
Is there more? Because what I saw right there, I was like, it's okay.
Well, of course you say about everything. You know, that's what
I didn't say that about episode 9 trailer you just showed.
Oh, Martin, don't worry about it. Everybody gets it. Everybody understands. This shit is badass right here. Yeah, it is.
Show me some more.
This is no, I ain't gonna spend all day showing you this trailer right here. No, this you just have to trust me on this because what this is. No, this.
All right,
don't roll this in.
I mean, I see some ginger kid run up the side of a wall. But
Martin saw this is why you get emails saying, "Are you cranky?" Martin saw 2 seconds or something like, "I don't see nothing but some ginger run up against the wall. This is some bullshit."
Well, I asked you to show me more and you refused. So what else can I go from?
Martin, you just have to have faith. You know, you got to trust me with some shit. That's the problem, Martin.
Okay.
If I tell you it's good, okay?
Yeah, you said it about Cuphead too.
It's good. Cuphead is awesome. You just suck at it. You know? I think you love this because this is a fugitive story. And it's set after a few years after Revenge of the Sith, episode 3.
Okay.
You know, when they called out Order 66, and that was the order to like destroy all the Jedis, kill all the Jedis. So with this game here, you play a Padawan who escaped the execution, and that's why I say you're a fugitive. Okay. So now you're trying to run from all the stormtroopers because here I'll show you some of it because you're trying to escape the stormtroopers on the lookout for you. You know, bounties on your head. And the whole time, but it's almost like I said this other day. It's almost like a superhero origin in that, you know, it's only a matter of time. Like you can't have no good heart in a hard world. Oh,
it's like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you know, no good deed goes unpunished.
Whatever you do.
You're like, come on, man. You ain't gonna let me die like this, right?
Don't reach within.
You know, it's like a superhero origin in a way where you keep all your powers secret until you just have to absolutely save somebody. It has a different feeling than some of the Star Wars movies that we've been seeing. This is a game, and they didn't show any gameplay, but they have this is what people been looking for, something different. Sure, we got the Force in there, and you know we're dealing with Jedis, you know, things that we usually talk about all the time, and people saying, "Can we move on from this?" But they've done something cool with it here, including having a cool look with it. This looks like a very industrialized world that we don't see very much of, down to the point where I'll compare this. We talked about the trailer yesterday to something like Alien, where now these people even look like blue collar people working on an oil rig somewhere.
I always think that's the downside of this new one that's coming out. It's like, once again, back into the the Skywalker clan. Yeah. Can we please move on from them? Yeah. There's got to be other people in this galaxy.
After seeing the trailer for that game, I said I didn't, and it's, you know, considering that it's something that is connected to one of my most despised series of movies ever, I said I didn't think there was any. You couldn't show me shit after the last prequel movie. I don't want to hear it, but this is connected to that. And I'm glad that they're actually coming in and putting a positive spin on some of these movies that we really hate, taking those storylines which have potential and doing something with them now. Sure. Of course, the game might suck. I mean, we haven't, you know, that might be us playing the game, everything, you know.
Well, what was the Star Wars game where Darth Vader had an adopted son named Marcus?
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. Yeah. Okay, because I remember seeing a trailer for that. I was really excited about just the idea of the story, but then playing the game, I was like, I'm kind of bored.
That, like I said, that's a game. I was so much more excited by that trailer for the game than I was for Episode 9, the movie. For reasons that I'm sure we'll get into later. I'm not gonna like make this a whole review on that trailer, but I was just like, episode what? I don't care. I'm into this new story now. As long as they say, oh, you like that shit? Oh, wait a minute. We really got something for you. And now it's almost like we've reached the exciting conclusion of Star Wars Celebration Weekend, where they dropped, you know, they got, like I said, they covered the movies, they covered games, and people saying, yeah, but where that Mandalorian at? That's the one that everybody's been looking forward to. Now, the Mandalorian, Martin, you're looking at me confused, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why this is so cool.
Okay.
What got me excited, I've seen Star Wars be a lot of things. An opera, a Western, a comedy. Even seen it be in a Christmas special before. But now, Martin, we getting back into that gangster shit.
What?
This is, damn. Martin look at me like I'm talking Spanish. You're like, huh? No, Martin, I love me some scum and villainy, man.
Okay.
This is going back into that.
Okay.
This is going back into bounty hunters, ruthless killers, gunslingers, and even bringing some people in who seem like it's perfect casting. Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
He plays He plays a bounty hunter and gunslinger who does jobs outside of the law in places where, like, the Republic has no power. So, in other words, places where smugglers and all kind of illegal deals are done, murders, and and this is starting to reflect that right here. They did the panel. They showed some footage. And they didn't stream it. They put out the stream later, but some people caught some of the footage that they showed from the show and put it out there. So this is not, and ain't nobody been killed yet, So I guess Disney doesn't mind it being out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this this trailer. Forgive the quality. This trailer for The Mandalorian, which is out there on the internet, and I'll come back and tell you why this is probably the most important thing that Disney has put out in a long, long time. They got to go in there and just clean the auditorium floor like a porn theater. It's just full of geek juice all over the ground and all over the seats.
Is that Werner Herzog?
Martin, that the cast here is amazing. Wow. First of all, I told you, Martin, that gangster shit. They got Gus Fring in space pushing his product in the stars. It's a big, interesting cast that they have here. You have Giancarlo Esposito, Werner Herzog, and Carl Weathers, man.
Wow, Apollo Creed.
Yeah. First of all, now I said I'm going to explain to you why this is probably the most important thing that they put out there. This is a landmark property for them. One, just from a business angle, this is until we see some of the Marvel stuff they want to put out there. This is going to be the big incentive to get Disney Plus.
Oh, right.
Yeah, right now, people are ready to get this service. People who said, "Man, I cut the cord just so I could save money. Now you want me to spend some more? I got too many." Oh shit! What is that? Oh hell yeah! And it's they're gonna start. They're doing that drug shit, Martin.
Of course.
They're gonna pull you in with this for $6.99, and once they got you hooked, they're gonna bump it up. It's probably going to be by the end of the year. It's probably going to be $10.99.
Right. And what's Netflix going up to?
12.
12.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I got a notice up there. It's 10 or 12. I think it's 12.
Bye Netflix. You got to go.
You ain't getting rid of Netflix. You still gonna keep that.
Yeah, now, if I got Disney, what do I need them for?
Because, Martin, you know what?
To watch my Marvel shows.
I heard they're bringing back Iron Fist season 3, man. Not only is it going to be the first live action series that they're doing, but it's going to be the first live action series that's going to be taking place. And, where we're getting back to dealing with the more seedy side of the galaxy. We're getting back to the dirty, gritty, violent, just cruel side of the galaxy that we sort of grew to love in the first Star Wars.
Sure.
When, back when Han Solo did anything he could to survive, back when he was ruthless. It's funny, too, because even some of the images that they had in the featurette is just cold, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves applauding for this. That's what. and y'all know who that is right there.
Is that Will Valley?
They're like, yeah, and meanwhile they're like, yeah, laugh now, bitch. Laugh or we cooking your ass when you got that stick through your ass right there. This is going back into why two properties that people are, it's turned into an argument now. People are saying because people want to be, they want to be loyal to the main series. People saw episode 9 and people are excited, so everybody's like, what, my allegiance still goes to the OG series right there, and the continuation of that with episodes 7, 8, and upcoming 9. But people, now the argument is out there like, yeah, you're saying that just kind of out of blind loyalty. I mean, if you really get down to it, the movies that everybody complained about at first and said they weren't that good or they had problems, I kind of like and respect a little bit more. That's why I'm such a big fan of Rogue One. Like I love Rogue One more than anything they've done with 7, 8, and I can't speak for 9, but I was more excited for this than I was for 7 or 8. Rogue One, of course, is a darker film, kind of a war film in a way. Spoiler alert, everyone dies, so it's a bleak ending. And I'll even make the argument for Solo. I agree that Solo is not. It's just a good movie. It's not bad like everybody says.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just it's all right. It's good.
I enjoyed being in this part of the world, this part of the galaxy more than I did with anything in the other films.
Well, you got to see more of it. It felt expanded as opposed to like it was all happening in one county.
Yeah, I kind of equate the grittiness and the dirtiness of some of the more like I said, lawless parts of that universe. To me, it almost goes back to just how it felt when everything was practical too.
Sure.
Because when the prequels were out, they were so shiny and they were so fake looking. They were so everything looked like it was made in a computer. At least watching Solo took me back to feeling like I was. I love the dirtiness of the first Star Wars because everything felt practical and real. And Rogue One took me there too, but Solo took me there.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian is something that's taking people back to what they wanted, being that it's on TV now, and even probably the most important thing is that they're getting some storytelling that now is going to be able to appeal to people who aren't traditional Star Wars fans. A lot of this, and Jon Favreau, who's overseeing this.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. They're bringing in some other directors too, like Taika Waititi. Yeah, he's going to be. I think he's directing the episode.
Okay.
He might even make a guest appearance in one, with his voice. But Jon Favreau came in and even explained as much like, hey, listen, these stories can appeal to a lot of people, not just Star Wars fans, being that it's not so much reliant on the Star Wars mythology that we know from the main stories.
This is a character you've never met before, in a period of time that you've never seen.
That is extremely powerful, mysterious. This armor that harkens to.
Okay, I got it, man. I was trying to do some respect, but
that's his real voice.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So I play this badass, right?
Holy shit. Yeah. Well, but in everything he's in, even other movies, other TV shows, he sounds very similar to Oberon with that deep voice that talks like this, with a slight Spanish accent. But that
Martin.
Oh yeah, I love working on this, and I get to play this character.
So I'm in Star Wars, cool, huh?
What the Martin expected him to talk like Puss in Boots or something. Hola, ¿cómo está? Yo soy
No,
The
not.
Mandalorian.
You got to come on. You got to admit that's far different than he sounds in every movie and every TV property he's in.
Martin, that's why they call it acting.
Powerful, mysterious. This armor.
Yeah, Martin wants to go give him a wedgie and put him in a locker.
Hey, Pedro.
Yeah. Come here.
Your name is Peter, you son of a bitch.
Come here, Mandalorian.
Wow. Okay. I need a moment.
This series offers the opportunity to introduce new planets, new races and species.
It will feel gritty, it will feel real.
Bryce Dallas Howard is directing one too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's gonna be a great thing to see all these different visionaries, and what they bring to each story. So yeah, man, and like I said, part of this is great because in addition to getting back into that scum and villainy, we're getting back into also this feeling like I think one of the where sometimes Star Wars feels the strongest, and that's when it just captures the feeling of the Old West. Kind of has it's taken Star Wars is really just taken, amongst other things, a lot of fantasy mythos and whatnot, but it's really taken the mythos of the Old West and the in westerns and just taking it much larger than life, and because of that, one of the reasons why when a western does work is because everybody can sort of get into a classic story like that. I really do think that this is going to be something that you know, a lot of people are going to be able to get into from the start without having to worry about being, you know, a Star Wars nerd, a fan, or somebody who has to be deep into it. Because let's face it, you know, getting into Star Wars these days can almost be kind of daunting because there's just so much history that goes into it now. People bring in the books and they bring in video game lore and all these other things. And if you don't know about it, like what the fuck are you? You call yourself a Star Wars fan? It's like, no, I never did.
Didn't Darth Maul die? No. In this episode of the cartoon, I was like, all right, you lost me. I don't want to hear the rest of this.
I can deal with the cartoon. You're talking about what on page 64. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't read.
I tell you, my wish for this series is for them to have either an episode or multiple where they bring in Jar Jar Binks as a character and make him likable.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Oh, I know, but it would be such a feat if they did.
But it's a good point because while you won't see something like that, they are another thing, and this is just a small thing before we move on, another thing that's cool with this is for people who are Star Wars fans, I don't know what's going on with George Lucas. He had all these cool characters and did absolutely nothing with them. Of course, Boba Fett being one of the biggest examples, but he had in Empire Strikes Back, he had that whole scene where they were bounty hunters, and everybody's ready to see them do their things, and they're just kind of like, all right, well, we're gone. You never saw them again. Oh, but you saw one in here, IG-88, who finally get to see a badass, man.
Yeah.
This is probably the closest thing that we're going to get to seeing Boba Fett or somebody who looks like Boba Fett at least do something badass.
Sure.
Because they scrapped that movie after Solo tanked. So they were just kind of like, yeah, maybe these weren't such a good idea. So, but now they can bring it to something like this. You're probably going to see where you don't have to wait years for a movie to come out and kind of do these things. And then when they don't do something right, you try to course correct years later. We're going to see a lot of things done here, because this can be done on a more regular basis. The thing with Episode 9 is that that whole series has been kind of a mixed bag.
Sure.
It's not a coherent trilogy. You know, you can see where they still haven't found enough footing. Mm-hmm. So while, I hope the climax gets it right, this is what still cool with it, but the Mandalorian, that is what I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a game changer if it works on so many levels.
No, it looks cool. When's it scheduled to drop?
You know what? I didn't get that. Anybody? November. I think November 12th.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel romantically involved with you, so don't end this relationship. Hit that subscribe button, and if you really love me and what we do, check out our main site, doubletoasted.com. Over there, you'll find a long-form, uncensored version of this video, along with the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtbush.com. And remember to always stay toasty.